Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Radio Free Decipher after our little Thanksgiving break. I hope you all had a good one, too.
It was very good.
Yes.
I know, for me. And I understand Denver was quite lovely. You got a little snow there.
A little snow near the end of my trip back home. It was very nice. I enjoyed it a lot. And you got to visit with your mom.
That's right. Yeah. We did all kinds of fun stuff. So.
Cool. So, hope you all had a good time with your family.
Yeah. That was Thanksgiving. Woo!
Moving on. All right. We got a lot of news for you today. I'm going to go into a little bit of holodeck information later on. We're going to have Justin Pakes on to talk about the Palace a little bit.
A.K.A. Juz.
Yes. We're also going to talk with Bojo about our cool new Chase the Can tournament program that you may have seen on the website.
You know, it's a really funny name for that thing, and he came up with that, and we all just love it, and we're going to try and do some fun things with that. And so maybe Dan will enlighten us to a little bit about what all that's going to be entailing. So let's start it off with some news about the Lord of the Rings deck design contest that we have.
Yes, it's partway done now. Essentially, the submission deadlines for all the decks has passed.
That's right. And we were originally going to announce the final lists, the deck finalists, the top 8 deck finalists this week, but due to the overwhelming number of submissions that we got,
it's a huge number of entries.
It's taking us longer to go through all of the decks than we anticipated. So what we're doing is we're pushing back the announcing of which decks made the top 8 until next week, and we should be doing the tournament to determine the winner next Friday.
Okay.
So there's some news for everyone on all of that. And, man, it's been fun. I've been helping to go through a lot of those deck designs, and there's some really fun stuff out there.
Cool.
So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm going to get to play in it, I think.
Yeah?
So, yeah, it should be good.
Nobody's asked me yet, but we'll see.
Well, that's because you're all Trekkie.
I am all Trekkie.
Speaking of Trekkie.
Oh, wonderful segue, Kyle. Yes,
you.
Holodeck Adventures. There's a lot of information going up on the website today. You get to find out what the ultra rare is, you get the card list, you get to see a couple of the really huge, heavy-hitting cards in the set. So I thought, by way of spoiler for RFD today, I would kind of tell you something that's not going in the set.
Is it the classic card that never makes it into the set?
Oh, the computer core.
That's
no,
right.
Stolen Computer Core didn't make it into this set either. It actually wasn't entirely in this set. When we first threw together the first draft files for our Holodeck Adventures, we threw it in there as almost like a joke to ourselves for about 10 minutes and then deleted it immediately. So
Terrible.
It didn't even get worked on in this set.
Terrible.
But we did uphold the joke. Now, what I wanted to talk about was something that's probably going to disappoint some fans out there a little bit. It was a disappointment to me, too. There is no Stephen Hawking card going in the set.
Oh.
The simple fact of it is deadlines and such were pressure that we could not get it done.
And get the approvals from...
Yeah, well, Dr. Hawking, of course, has approval of the use of his image as it appeared in that episode, and we have to secure that in order to use it. Now, we were, by the deadlines, able to secure the approval of a particular image of Dr. Hawking, but that image, in turn, needs to go back to the lab and then be taken directly from the master of the episode Descent. And though we have the approval on a specific image of Hawking, we didn't have time to get that image into the lab. So there is no Hawking card in the set. But now that that approval issue is dealt with, it is something you may see in a future set, certainly.
Good.
Because it's sort of I don't promise it in the next set. And in fact, if you've seen the rule sheet today, you'll know the next set is the motion pictures.
Fun stuff.
And has no opportunity for getting Hawking into that set.
Con!
Yeah, but there's going to be lots of other fun stuff like that. So
I didn't want to really yell loud, but
no,
I figured I'd give all the fans out there my con impression.
Very, very well done. That would be your
that was my Kirk impression.
Yeah,
that's right.
So anyway, no Stephen Hawking in this set, and I'm very sorry. I'm disappointed too. But
we've got some other really cool stuff, like
there's
the Captain Proton that went up yesterday. Holy Moses!
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
I
think we've more than made up for that little omission. So perhaps someday in the future. And that's your little house.
So tell me about the black and white cards.
Oh, the black and white cards. There was kind of never a question in our minds that we were going to do black and white cards. In fact, In the past, we've avoided doing a few things that would create the appearance of an all black and white card. Like, there's a first season Voyager episode where it's called Ex Post Facto, where Tom Paris is convicted of a murder he didn't commit, and the aliens punish him by planting this memory of the victim's final moments in his head, and those memories play back in black and white. And we have a really good image of, Tom slinging this knife at the camera, essentially, that we wanted to use on a dilemma in Voyager, and we cut it because you put it on a card and it's all black and white. And, of course, the dilemma card template is all black and white. The icon is black and white. The only thing that would have been color on that entire card would be the Voyager expansion logo itself. And that doesn't have a lot of color in it, so we decided to shove it off, because even back then and before, we had a pretty good idea that we were going to be doing all black and white cards for Proton.
Cool.
And it was fun. A little more effort than you might think, actually, but I think the look of them is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely good fun. So, all right. Well, we've got quite a few other people to talk to today.
Yes,
so let's get
bring in Mr. Bojo. Welcome to the show, Dan. How you doing today?
I'm all right.
Yeah. You want to talk about some cans?
Sure. Let's chase some cans.
This is such a great promotion.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. December 15th and 16th. It's a special holiday promotion for us, and it allows you as a Decipher community to give back to the community and help them to raise food for the local charities and food banks while having a good time and playing the latest expansions for Decipher's games.
All good.
Yeah. There have been many web stories and announcements made about this, but if you haven't heard, go ahead and, if you're interested in running one of these events, send tournaments at Decipher.com an email with the tournament specifics. All you have to do is sign up for a regular tournament, and we will send you some extra product to be used in a unique manner. And here's how it works. Everyone who plays in one of these Chase the Can events will bring cans of food equal to the number of games played in the tournament. So
okay.
4-game tournament, you bring 4 cans of food. Every time you win a game, you get a can from your opponent. So if Evan, you and I sit down and play, and I beat you, you got to give me one of your cans.
Yeah, but that wouldn't happen.
Oh, it wouldn't. Okay, that's right.
I've got some split pea with ham. I'm ready to go.
So vile.
So you just walk around with all the cans that you've earned throughout the tournament, and at the end of the tournament, you end up with a number of cans, and you can return those to your retailer, who will give you booster packs.
Okay.
And then the retailer will turn those cans into the food bank. So it's a win-win situation. Everyone
Sounds
wins.
like it. Sounds excellent.
Yeah.
Now, these tournaments are going to highlight the newest products for all of the games. So, Lord of the Rings, of course, and then Seed Palace.
It's the weekend after Seed Palace releases and the week before Holodeck Adventure releases.
So for Holodeck Adventures, this is kind of a pre-release.
Yep, we're allowing stores to participate in pre-releases if they wish.
Okay.
That will require a little bit more effort, but we can do that definitely.
All right. Well, very cool.
Should be fun. And also note that anyone who had previously qualified for Day 2 of the World Championships will be a guest of honor at these Chase the Can tournaments.
And they get something cool.
They get these cool stickers that you put on your can that say Decipher's Best, and they're really cool.
They look like little Campbell's
it's pretty funny.
logos. It's pretty
and
fun.
your cans are worth double the boosters. So if you got a guest of honor playing in your tournament, the stakes are a little bit higher. You can earn more boosters, they can earn more boosters.
Now,
cool.
if you are one of the Decipher's Best, okay, Dan, and I'm playing against you.
I am one of Decipher's Best.
Okay. and I beat you, okay? So I get one of your Decipher's Best cans.
Yes.
All right? Then I go and play somebody else, and they beat me. Do they get to choose which can they take from me? So they could take my Decipher's Best
I believe
can?
it's loser's choice.
Oh.
It is loser's choice, but also I think every time that the Decipher's Best player wins a can, they add a label.
Yes, they do add a label. Anytime a guest of honor gets a can, they have to put a label on it.
So if you win one of these Decipher's Best cans, you're probably not going to lose it. You're probably going to keep it through the rest of the
unless
time.
it's like a 6-game tournament and you just win your first one and then lose.
No, you'd still keep it.
All right, then never mind.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So beating them gets you some good stuff.
Yeah, but
Cool.
they're Decipher's Best and you got to beat them.
All right, good deal. All right, well, thank you for stopping in to tell us about that.
No problem. Chase those cans.
And with that, we will now turn it over to Justin Pakes to talk about Theed Palace.
How you doing today, Justin?
I'm pretty good. What about you guys?
We're doing all right. How was your Thanksgiving holiday?
Thanksgiving was 2 weeks long.
Yeah. And you don't celebrate Thanksgiving down in Australia, right?
Rarely did we sit down and have dinner with the American Indians.
Right.
Before we were going to really properly colonize.
But you certainly enjoyed the days off.
I actually was in here. I had managed to say that heading home to Australia for Christmas means I had to trade the days.
Well, that's right. Since you don't actually observe that holiday, we figured, well, you might as well come in and work then.
That's true. That's true. That works fine if you're going to give me Australia Day off.
Yeah?
When is Australia Day?
It's actually
Dan Bojanowski. Made that up.
No, I didn't. It's actually Australia half hour.
Okay.
That's all we could afford. It's actually Bojo's birthday, January 26th.
Oh,
very good.
Very cool.
Now you know where to send your birthday wishes on January 26th.
Right. When you're sending Australia Day wishes, copy Bojo.
Okay, good deal.
All right, so you came on today to talk to us a little bit more about Theed. We had Joe on 2 weeks ago, and he gave us some good information. But
he liked the battle droid.
Right, I hear you're going to try and trump him one.
Well, I don't know about trumping because I don't listen to Joe Orre's RFTs. It's a little tedious. I can't understand his accent. That's the problem. Theed is imminent for its pre-Christmas release.
December 12th, correct?
December 12th. Yep. So that's not next Wednesday, the Wednesday after.
Wow.
It's been a busy year for Star Wars, contrary to popular beliefs that we'd never actually get our 3 sets out this year. We showed a few people that it was more than possible.
Good.
It's been a good year for that. I remember my playtest experiences was primarily with the battle droid objective.
So you're going to spoil some battle droid goodness for us too.
We'll spoil some battle droids because I think we've got to overcome in Star Wars the impression that
droids are not so good,
worthless waste of space, except as they are R2 and Destiny 7. Sort of
right.
Thing. Sure. For me, probably the two strongest battle droids. They've both got battle droidy names, a bunch of letters,
right.
SSA-719.
Okay.
Is one of those guys that when he hits a table, he's going to change the way your opponents are playing because while he's on table, he's got a little bit of power, he's got a little bit of bonus with other battle droids. But while he's on table, if you're on Naboo and you just verified your opponent's reserve deck, then he gives you the power to go through that deck, lose a couple of force, go through that deck, and place any one card in his reserve deck out of play.
Oh, wow. Ouch.
Jeez, I don't think that they're going to be, looking through their deck for things.
There'll be a little less
assisted tracking. We would think.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's strong. I mean, he's out there, so he's not going to surprise you with it. You can see the guy on table, but you want to make very sure that you are. And there's a few deck types that can really be slowed down by that kind of threat.
Sure. But he's a battle droid and can be battled off the table.
He certainly can be.
You can't hide anywhere.
No, you can't really hide those guys. He's got to be on the booth. His best protection is probably drop him in a tank or a model troop transport or something if you want to keep him alive.
Okay.
But remember, with the power of the droid racks, you kill a guy, he's probably going to be coming back.
That's right.
That's the whole thing about the balance of the droids. It's a difficult swarm mentality. We play tested it, and you put the numbers up, and they were overpowering Jedi like it was Christmas, and you put the numbers down, and they never made it off the table. So we're interested to see what players can do with them.
Okay.
The other guy I quite like is 3B3 1204, not his original name, but one that was changed to after approvals.
Okay.
We had some other random bunch of numbers and letters. When he's with a couple of other battle droids, it's one force, target a Jedi present, and no immunity to attrition.
Wow.
He is the anti-Jedi tactics programmable droid.
That's incredible.
So you've got to be playing a few of them. It's not going to be any good to drop him down by himself.
It looks like from his picture, he's the guy that came up and was like, Coruscant, that doesn't compute. Is that the guy?
He is in that squad. He's in the docking bay.
Okay.
Yeah. Although there's also a bunch of them showing in the corner of a shot in the final battle when the destroyer droids and there's guys in the corners there. But there's some good stuff. The invasion objective itself, invasion and incomplete control, the battle droid objective, is absolutely unique from the point of view that it starts the game with the blockade flagship on the table at Naboo. It starts the game with a starship on the system. You start with control. So
wow.
Besides the number of bonuses that gets you and the fact that you do have to protect the ship, though, that plays very heavily towards your Admiral's orders also, because you already control a battleground system. You already occupy a battleground system. So that could be some cool stuff. We hope that it gets up. This set's been an interesting challenge because it's a little like Endor. You've got to try and make the swarmy guys, the little furries, the Gungans and the bad guys. You've got to try and make them work in an environment which is pretty heavily dominated by big
powerhouses. Yeah.
So hopefully they can find their own place. We'll see.
Those look like rules cards over there as well.
Yep. The actual there's actually a light and dark double-sided card list, and there's a couple of little rules on the back. There's not really much rules. There's a new icon for the underwater sites. There's a little technique for blowing away the blockade flagship also.
Okay, fun stuff.
And there is actually a non-interrupt, non-effect card in this set, a noun card as we'd call it, that has a depiction of Anakin Skywalker in it.
Oh, really?
So we'll leave that for.
What a wonderful note to end.
Is that a location with a big explosion in it?
It is, yeah.
Fun. Cool.
That's the light side blockade flagship docking bay. So
that would make sense.
It was not a good time for them.
It was not, that's for sure.
Well, thanks for the little teases here.
My pleasure.
All right.
And if I don't get to catch you guys again, have a good Christmas.
Cool, thank
you.
you.
Everybody.
All right, well, I think that's going to be about it for today.
Indeed. All right, thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend.